Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is the Two Old Farts. My name's Chuck.
I'm Lou. Who's this other old fart we got with us?
Just a guy.
Just the guy moving around with his camera.
Yeah. Looking for the right. Looking for the.
He lost his voice again. Can you hear him? Because he just dropped out again.
How about now?
Yeah.
Okay, now we got you.
When I was moving, I stuck my finger on the microphone.
And we are the most technologically challenged people trying to do a podcast, I think, ever in the history of podcasting.
That's why I got the two old farts name, right?
And,
Now we got to maybe call it three sometimes.
or the two idiots.
At least one of them anyway. That's why I give up with the microphone and the camera, and I just use a laptop.
Yeah, but you need headphones because you can't hear where they.
Well, I can't hear with them on either.
At least it'd be loud.
I just drink my tea.
Drink my beer.
Well, we had some of that.
Getting your vitamins.
We had some of that Friday night. We had some Modelo, right?
That's right. And Modelo, Corona, and something else. Dos Equis.
Okay.
I like those games.
I'm not a beer drinker. I have no taste for it. I always tell people because I drank too much beer when I was 9. I'm not kidding. I had a brewed beer for my dad, homebrew, in a 6.5 gallon earthen crock. And then I had to bottle it with trays of bottles, and you had to siphon it, to get it going. Yeah, well, I guess I really didn't like it at all.
But we had a good time Friday night with the girls, with Shannon and Brooke coming down, and then was Brooke's two sons.
Yeah, Ewan and Liam.
Yeah.
I think Ewan was 11, and Liam is just getting ready to turn 18. Great guitar player.
Yes.
What on here?
Yeah. He was playing my James Taylor.
Nice.
He asked me, he goes, when's the last time you played? I go, 35 years ago. I mean, I put strings on a couple of times since then, but I haven't actually played.
So for those of you out there who don't know, Brooke were my cousins. So their mother,
My nieces.
my aunt, your sister and you.
Yeah. It was really a fun time catching up and looking at all those pictures and stuff like that and talking. And
it was amazing how noisy it was. I didn't even realize till everybody was gone that I had a speaker on playing music, but you couldn't hear it.
You're right.
You couldn't hear it. But it was funny because, there was about 20 people, somewhere right in that range. Those your baked beans were amazing. Cassie brought 4 slabs of ribs that she had made.
Boy, they were good too. That's what you're talking about. Fall off the bone ribs. Those were pretty much fall off the bone ribs.
Hers are. They are really good. Technically, Rita made creamed corn. She put it in the crock pot before she left for work that morning.
Yeah.
And, I get a little credit because at 10 I had set an alarm for 10 a.m. to change the temperature from low to warm or low, or without looking, I don't know what it was, but I did what I was supposed to do. And then I was supposed to stir it, which I did. But then everybody showed up, and Aubrey brought coleslaw, potato salad, and cookies and brownies. Louis, you brought some kind of dessert too, didn't you?
Yeah, strawberry shortcake. Yeah.
Yeah, Aubrey, I sent that home with Aubrey because Rita's she's on a keto diet, so she couldn't be trusted.
Well,
and unfortunately, I can't eat that much anymore.
Yeah.
Because my stomach shrunk up from not eating that much. That I can't eat that much. So I had like 2 ribs, creamed corn, and potatoes and your beans, and then I was full.
Yeah, it was good. And what kind of sausage was that, Bobby? That was pretty good sausage.
I would have to look at the package, but you get it at HEB, and it's over where the package is, where the sausage is, the premium sausages. And if you turn the pack around and you see a statement from the guy, it says, if this is not the best sausage you ever ate, bring it back. That's all we eat now, that sausage. I mean, that's really, nobody wants anything but that sausage. And they make a beef, and this is a pork sausage with herb style, but they are so good.
Yeah.
And so I grilled those, which outside at 100 degrees, with my grill at 400 degrees. And you came out and helped me a couple times.
Yeah.
Because, I don't put them on the grill. I put them on aluminum foil in a big pan. And then I slide that onto the grill, so that they cook, because those things will burn up, because, they're super healthy, which means they have a lot of fat in them.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to try that.
Flame hits those, and it's like a bonfire, which is how Rita likes hers, toasted, split open.
But they were really good. The skin wasn't tough.
No, and they're always good. We do not.
Sausage?
I can't remember the name.
Is it?
I just know it's in a package of 4 or 5.
I know one of was. I know one of
What?
was kielbasa, but I didn't know if you had but you had like 3 different types of sausage, though, right?
Yeah, but I think they're all kielbasa though.
Yeah.
But if you look at the pack, on the back of it at the top, kind of in a tan with black letters, is their statement of, if it's not the best sausage you ever had, bring it back. And like I said, we've never brought any back. And that's the only sausage, because I had some sausage from Rita's brother, that had got a shot of deer and it had sausage made, but, so I cooked some of that, cooked the other. When it was all said and done, all the deer sausage was still there, and then the other sausages were gone. So, but it was, we had like way too much food than anybody could eat. Everybody we ate about, Leonard and Terry came down. We started at 3 o'clock. And that was because Leonard and Terry had to get back up to Belton because Terry had to get up early and take her sister to work. So we made it started at 3 o'clock, so they would at least get there. And then they were able to, because Cassie's ribs, they were getting ready to go. And I go, you got to taste one of those ribs. So Cassie was over there. She cut him a piece of one off. And he goes, oh my God, those are good. She goes, why don't you let me take some with you. And he goes, no. And she goes, you don't want to take any? And he goes, okay. And I talked to him yesterday, and he said they ate them on the drive back up.
Yeah, it took him about 4 hours to get home. I talked to him, and
Well, they left at 4 o'clock
yeah,
or 4:30. Now, 4:30 in the afternoon, heading north towards Austin, is not a really good thing to do.
yeah, they didn't get home till about 10
They
minutes.
could have left at 8 o'clock and still made it at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they could have left at 6 o'clock and still got there at the same time, because to get to their house,
So hang on. It stopped recording for you because it says you have an incoming. It said it
Might
had
be in
stopped
trouble.
recording.
he's on her way home. Rita didn't get off till like 5. She gets off at 3:30 in the afternoon. So she got there about 4:15. Cassie came later because she was cooking the ribs and stuff. She wanted to wait for Ruben to get home. Then Tristan and his wife came over, a little bit after that. And those guys got there like about 3:15. But it was really nice because everybody, was visiting, talking to each other. And it cracked me up that Trent, who's 13, and Ewan, who's, I think, 10 or 11. I think he might be 11. Anyway, those guys, they kind of look alike. And they were island.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do this. I can't talk.
yeah, they were getting along. Everybody was good, and Ronna was having a good time. When she was sitting over and watching her talk with you guys and everybody, and
There was so much laughing going on, that it was hard to believe. Tales of what went on. And, they wanted to know stories about their mom also,
Yes.
who passed away. But Vicky was the youngest girl in the family. Of the 8 kids and the 4 girls, she was the youngest. And Rana, as you know, was the oldest of all the kids. And Bertie, well, which is Roberta Leona Charbonneau, because she was supposed to be a boy. And my dad wanted a namesake. So he's Robert Leo Charbonneau. So Roberta was born 13 months before me. So she was Roberta Leona Charbonneau. And then I'm Robert Leo Charbonneau Jr. So, but we just called her Bertie.
Yeah, I don't know how she got that nickname, Birdie, but
I don't know either.
Bernie.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And then there was Leonard, 13 months younger than me. And then there was Amy, who was, I don't know, I think she was 2 years younger than Leonard. Then Vicky, who was 2 years younger than Amy. And then there was Michael, and then Joey was the youngest one.
yeah.
So, the range from,
3 girls, 2 boys, 2 girls, 2 boys.
yeah, but it was 4 blondes, 4 brunettes, 4 with dark eyes, 4 with light eyes. Well, one of them had chameleon eyes that each one changed a different color depending on what she was wearing. That was Bertie. But
Yeah.
like I have dark complected like my dad, and I have brown eyes. My dad though was dark complected, but he had blue eyes. My mom was a towhead, white hair, but she had when she was a young girl, and she had brown eyes. So it was all mixed up. They weren't really lined up typically. Dark hair, dark skin, dark eyes. It was a mixed match of all of them. But so there was a lot of stories going around. And it was funny because I was watching the group would kind of like change. It'd be Brooke and she.
I think his
I don't
audio
think that
came
worked
to
very good. Yeah, I don't think that worked very good. So she can
get
hear
cut
our
out again.
yeah, she can hear our podcast now because it went to my AirPods went to her phone from my iPad. So you guys talk
We are just technically challenged today.
yeah, talk amongst yourself for a minute, and I'm going to go hang up on that one.
But he's right. Shannon would be talking with a group, and then all of a sudden she'd be out talking to the other group, and then Brooke would be over talking to this group. It was really nice. I think the girls really got what they came for. They want to talk about their mom and find out more stuff about their mom and in family that's here.
Yeah, I wished it was there for 2 reasons. So, one, to see my cousins, and I haven't seen them
And they did
in a
notice
long
that it
time.
was a lot warmer than they would like.
But
Even though
I'm really-
Sacramento gets really hot too, but their humidity is probably 10 or 15% lower than ours. And that can make a big difference. Plus they're on the way up to Lake Tahoe. So they've already started to get a little bit of altitude. So it gets cooler faster. But, they live through it okay. With the air conditioning on. And Rita normally, puts it at 78, because, as you know, she's kind of frugal. And I've just adjusted to it, so it didn't bother me. So I cut it down to like 72, to keep everybody cool. But, it went like in groups and it went in like sessions. And everybody ate around 6 o'clock. I guess it was a little after 6. So that was like everybody was in the dining room table. There was like 10 or 12 people in there. People in the kitchen, there's a round table in the kitchen. And people at that one. And then, some freestylers that were just kind of roaming around eating.
yeah, and Brooke wanted you to be there, so she wanted to talk to you about your headbanging stuff that you go to, all your concerts that you go to and stuff. She thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, because she is a rocker. Brooke is a rocker.
What's his name? Stewart. She can't be rocker and listen to Stewart.
Well, I found out it wasn't the real Rod Stewart anyway. But
Well, also on Friday, I missed out. A very good friend of mine who was a soldier that worked for me at Fort Riley. He was in town Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because his son just graduated basic training here at Lakeland on Friday, and I missed that. I missed seeing him. So I missed everybody
that
this
was
past
bad
weekend.
timing, Chuck.
Yeah, it was the worst timing ever.
Yeah, you should have pulled rank. Said we're going to do this next week, not this week.
We already booked this class months ago, long before these girls said they were coming.
Well, Brooke says she's planning on coming down for Fiesta.
Oh, God,
And Shannon said she wants to bring her kids with her. One had just started college, and then her two boys, were one of them's in, I think will be starting high school, and then one of them's younger. And Shannon,
I haven't been.
she's real kind of quiet,
Oh, yeah. Vincent.
more reserved than Brooke is.
Oh, yeah.
And but she's only had two jobs in her whole life. She started out when
Teaching
she was in
exercise.
college. No, she would work for what was it? Togo sandwich shop when she
Okay.
was in college, and she ended up when they started growing. She ended up on their corporate staff and was part owner of the company. Because she grew like from making sandwiches, and that was her only one at that time. So I think she was there about 12 years. Now she said, I don't remember what the name is, but she's been with this company for 10 or 12 years. But she's much quieter. Not shy, but she's been teaching jazzercise classes for 35 years. 35 years.
What does Brooke do? Because she said when she gets up like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, she has like a 3 or 4 hour drive to work. Then she gets off at 2 in the afternoon. The afternoon drive is about 3 or 4 hours. In the morning, it's not quite that bad.
Yeah, it's because of traffic. I think she said when she goes in early, it only takes her about 2 hours. And
Right.
when she comes home, if she leaves earlier, then it only takes her a couple hours. So on her best day is a 4 hour drive. But what she does, she's the payroll bookkeeper for a large commercial electronics construction company. So she likes it. She does good. She used to be a body shop estimator quite a while back, and she's a car girl. She wants that. She wanted my old Dodge truck now, my new project.
Yeah, she fell in love with that truck, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Him, Uncle Bobby, and I, and Vicky. Brooke. To me, she looks so much like Vicky. I call her Vicky half the time. But we're outside looking at that truck. I think she liked your Porsche pretty good too.
Yeah, well, what's not to like on that one?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you especially appreciate it when you're the one that spent 160 hours to get it where it's at today.
I told her, I said, that's pretty loud. She said, I like that.
It is that the racing exhaust is, I don't believe it would really be street legal.
Well, I've got a quick question for you, Uncle Bobby. Do you know who Jim Messina is?
Is what?
Jim Messina. Do you know who he is?
When you say it, it blurs.
Messina. Loggins in Messina?
Oh, Loggins in Messina. It sounded like you're saying it was by your microphone, it was getting muffled. Yeah. I listened to them in the day.
Yeah, he was with Buffalo Springfield and Poco as well. He's going to be playing at the Tobin Center.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Derek's
September 28th.
Derek's friend used to read a lot of tickets for there because he was in charge of the entertainment that they brought in. Well, that's going to be pretty good then. So they're still alive?
He is.
Well, that was of the people that you named, that was probably my favorite. He had a couple albums that I just listened to some of the songs on there over and over. And that was in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, Kenny Loggins is still alive as well.
Well, I'm
as
glad.
well as when we see.
I know, and as you get older and stuff, I really appreciate the fact that they can still get out there and entertain, and people come to see them. I
And
mean that they still fill a stadium.
they
Well,
put on
this is
good
not going
shows.
to be a stadium. It's probably a 2 or 3
Yeah,
set.
but
We'll see.
that's a nice place to see somebody at because
It
it's
is.
not
Yeah.
huge. Everybody's got a good seat. That's a lot nicer than probably at a Taylor Swift. 75,000 people.
I'm going to shock you. I'm going to show you something. See this? You know who
John Lee
John
Hooker.
Lee?
What are you doing with John Lee Hooker?
I just bought that.
Hey,
I was listening to,
let me tell you something. I met John Lee Hooker in San Francisco.
oh, did you really?
Yeah,
I was listening to,
I was at the
wait,
Keystone in Berkeley, and it was John Lee. John Lee Hooker was playing there, and two or three, like Eric, what's his last name? Um,
Clapton?
which one?
Clapton? Eric Clapton?
Yeah, Eric Clapton, and I forget who the other one was. I bought him a pitcher of beer, but they were there to because John Lee Hooker was playing there, and that was in 1974 or 75.
I was listening to music the other day. That's on Facebook. You see some stuff and you start listening to music, and one of his songs come up. Now, I've always liked him, so I went online. I got this 45 original recordings by him, John Lee Hooker.
Yeah, that's good listening.
Yeah. The next one I'm going to buy is Tony Joe White.
What made you listen to John Lee Hooker? I mean, that's completely out of your wheelhouse of country music.
Well, I kind of like the blues, the
Okay.
music. We saw Thurgood, Marshall, Thurgood, and I just like that kind of music. And I was listening to John Lee Hooker, a couple of songs that he did, and I just like that kind of style. So I decided to buy one.
Well, we
Your
went
mom always,
a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday. We went out to the Devil's Backbone and to listen to Tony Price, singer. And she's really a bluesy singer. She's Austin based, so she's had quite a few records and stuff. But she says that she's one of the best singers out there that nobody's heard. And she put on a great show. That place is really cool. It's kind of like Flora's, except the dance floor area is probably about 50% bigger, but it is an old, run-down, place. The bar is separated. They have a bar in the back for where they play. And she just had a guitar player with her, and it was really good. I kind of like all different kinds of music. I really, really like myself. I liked Prince, really liked Prince, just for a lot of reasons, his talent and the kind of person that he was, in his city and stuff. So, but I liked several of his songs. Purple Rain was pretty darn good. But mine varies a lot. I listen to country because that's pretty much all Rita listens to, is country. And mine, I like some of the old ones like Bob Seger, so I'll have a favorite mix. The Apple Music like updates every Tuesday based on what I've been listening to. And so it comes out with a little bit of everything, so I like it because I'm too lazy to do that stuff. I don't have the patience, to go in and build my little playlist and stuff. I have them do one, or I just go into the different, venues that they have on there. But back to our party, there was music playing, but everybody was so loud you couldn't even tell. And after everybody left, I'm going, what's that? Where's the music coming from? And it was a speaker I had up on the fireplace, but it was turned down a little bit. But once everybody got there, I forgot that it was even on. So it was just playing a bunch of stuff that nobody could hear. And we sat outside for a while because it cooled off. And you had that big fan out there, Lewis, that helped a lot. So
yeah,
Shannon and I and a couple other people were just sitting out there, offered to light the fire, I didn't think that was a very good idea.
yeah. We're going we're gonna get Shannon and Brooke on here one of these days pretty soon, and maybe we'll get you on here or something like that. But we're gonna wrap this up here pretty quick. I got some things to do, right?
Yeah, we can't go too long.
Well, make sure we give a shout out to Brooke and Shannon. Bobby, I want you to let them know so they can listen to this podcast.
Where did he? Oh, there it went.
I answered it, but I don't know where it went to. I answered my watch or my phone. It went somewhere.
Okay, well, go ahead.
If I leave, can I?
You can, but we'll probably be gone.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to cut it short because I've got like 5 calls from Rita, and she may think I'm laying dead on the floor.
All righty.
Yeah, you better answer so she won't be worried.
Aren't you guys? But man, that party, Lewis, you saw most of it, so you can kind of. There was just so much going on; it was unbelievable. There was like 20 people all talking at the same time. You know, so it was just like laughing, talking, joking. You know, the sounds were just like, I thought that is so cool.
Yeah.
You know, and you look at everybody's having a good time and laughing, telling stories. You know, just, stuff like that is just so good. You know, when you have a bunch of family, especially when you haven't seen some of them for 30 years. Because I hadn't seen Shannon since she got married.
It was great to see those two really enjoying themselves with family and getting to know and talking individually to different family members. And so it was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to log out, guys. It's been great. Talk to you later. And watching you makes me thirsty, Chuck. Not for beer, but give me something cool to drink.
Right. Behave, Uncle Bobby. Get some rest.
All right, y'all take care, everybody. It's the
Right,
12
see ya.
Farts signing out.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Love you,
Bye.
Dad.